Hello, I'm president of the No Coercive Consent Society, so I'll be exploring the ethical dilemma of coercive consent in your proposal. Based on Chapter 4.3 of the National Statement, it identifies the compromise or influence that unequal relationships may have on the participant's decision to participate in research. And in this case, we really need to pay attention to the consent process and whether they explicitly told that they can withdraw at any time without any repercussions. And this is important because Mumford and Higgs found in their research that in institutional settings such as schools, it's known to have existing social hierarchical structures which do use coercion for students to comply with their expectations and commands. Also, Boyle and Campbell found that in schools there is an unequal balance of power between teachers and adults in the school and the students in their care, which Resnick and David in 2020 found that this can have an undue influence from the institution they're a part of, and their expectations on students undermines the voluntary participation in research if they feel coerced to do it. So, as your proposal does include students completing this in their usual class setting with their usual teacher, it does risk the subtle influence of teacher expectations to complete the work. So you really need to make sure that when you're getting their consent, it is voluntary and it is valid without the risk of coercion and the influence of the school expectations. As an expert researcher in coercive consent, I can advise you of the following alternatives that would lead to better ethical conduct in safeguarding the respects and rights of the young participants so that they can give you their valid voluntary consent. You can have no teacher present. That will mitigate the pervasive social expectations and coercion to complete the scales. You could do the research on an online portal or in the lab setting to factor out the coercive influence of the school setting. Or you could do the research one-on-one with students in the school, but not in their classroom and not with a teacher present, so that you can fully explain their right to decline at any time without repercussions and without the coercive influence.